Ladies and gentlemen, can you please put down your placards? And let me ask you to do one more thing with your placards. All the placards which are saying, no demolition of St.Jude. Give us back our hospital now. Let me see you raise those placards. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. So I want the people who are going to report to Alan Chasney and company, the people who are going to report to Guy Joseph and company, to tell them that the vast majority of people who took part in this march are saying one simple thing to you as the government of St. Lucia. And that simple thing is, man, get it on and finish St. Jude. So I stand on this platform, not as a member of the St. Lucia Labour Party, but as a representative of the Vieux Concerned Citizens Coalition for Change. And I want to say it loud and clear. I have no fear of anything as of now. I want Alan Chasney, Minister Guy Joseph, and Mary Isaac, and whatever is left of the cabinet of St. Lucia. We are not happy with the way that you are handling the St. Jude Hospital reconstruction project. And more so, the options that you are proposing for the future of the hospital. Guy, Alan, and Mary, I don't have to call you Mr. Honorable. From now on, I'll call you by your name, Guy, Alan, and Mary. You don't deserve to be called Minister Honorable. You don't deserve it. Tell them I say so. You don't deserve it. Anyway, the St. Jude Hospital, ladies and gentlemen, fellow citizens of St. Lucia, people of Vieux in particular, this is not a time to defend my party or my government. This is not a time for the blame game. Who didn't do what? This is not a time for making reckless statements about the health of the people of Vieux. This is not a time to prolong the uncertainty and the agony of the people of Vieux after 8 years of waiting for a new hospital. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a time in your life, in the life of an organization, in the life of a family, when people must listen to each other. Isn't that so? There's a time when you must stop and listen, because something is either right or something is badly wrong. And if it is wrong, you've got to take the counsel of those who are speaking to you. And this is the time. This is the time for the government to show it's a government of the people of St. Lucia. I want to tell Alan Chasney something too. They have said it before. The Vieux Concerned Citizens, in short, we are not guided by anybody's political agenda. Certainly not me. We are patriotic citizens of St. Lucia. We love Vieux. And one of our major beliefs is that people must come together. Sometimes come together. Put aside your petty party politics. Put aside your petty party politics and do what is in the best interest of your community, of your nation, of your family. Because now, party politics is breaking families apart. You know it. Party politics is breaking schools apart. Party politics is now in the church. Some church members don't even attend services in their own church. They go somewhere else simply because they don't want to respect the views of other people in the church. So, let me ask you the question that you're asking. Is there a plan to destroy Vieux? People from Vieux, answer the question. You've got to know the answers. Is there a plan to destroy Vieux? Let me tell you what the plan is. They began with what they call DSH. We saw the agreement. The first agreement had nothing about George Odlum Stadium. Next thing, they came up with a supplementary agreement, and you hear George Odlum Stadium has to be part of the DSH. Next thing you hear, the Bossejou Agricultural Farm, an area with its rich, fertile soil that for many, many years has been used for agricultural production. All of a sudden now, it is better for a race course. So, ça n'y peut aller. And to my disbelief, the abattoir has to go to something that was a gift of the people of Taiwan, and I'm told it cost about $27 million. Similarly, the George Odlum Stadium. And what are we hearing now? St.Jude has to be demolished. When did that plan come about? When the audit report on St.Jude was leaked out, ladies and gentlemen, we read the report. There is nothing. Report labadi about demolition. But you see, they had to find a way to bring it into the picture. And then you hear about other plans. Mary Isaac, you are vicious. That's what you are. What other plans? Your government spent almost $1 million doing an audit. The audit never said about demolition. There are no other plans. Where are the plans coming from? And you want me to believe you? You never spoke about the Shanta King handover report of St.Jude. Why? Ukasewe. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, yes. I want to tell Alan, Guy, and Mary. You cannot decide to demolish St.Jude, not after the level of support given towards the reconstruction of St.Jude after the September 9th, 2009 fire. Do you remember the fire? Do you remember that fire? People stayed at their home crying, disbelieving. They didn't even want to see the fire. However, see what happened. Children, Tima Miley called. Tima Miley called Menelasha. Do you remember that? Tima Miley called. Guamun Kibahame Mache. From the kindergarten to the disabled, they brought in money. All over the world, people brought in money. I want to ask the question to the then government of St. Lucia. What happened to this money? That's all I'm asking. Okay, you cannot demolish St. Jude after there were plans to build St. Jude in a certain way. There were plans were there. You've heard it from the Minister of Health himself. You cannot decide to destroy St. Jude after nearly $100 million has been spent. But more than that, you have materials in store. You have equipment, state-of-the-art equipment waiting to be installed. And more than that, Unilasha Pufini, almost $37 million. Finish the hospital for heaven's sake. What is the problem? You cannot demolish St. Jude after all engineers, professional engineers, qualified health personnel, tout moun kadou ou sa fay, servi l'argent, servi matériel, et fini l'hôpital là. So you want to give somebody a fresh start? Okay, all right, good. So, you cannot decide to demolish St. Jude when you have the George Odlum Stadium in the mess it is. And the thing is, ladies and gentlemen, the nurses, the staff, and everybody else from the stadium have petitioned the Prime Minister. You come at the Monsieur Alan Souple, tirez nous situation sala. Mais bagatan. So, in closing, here's my answer. Here is our position as the Vieux concerned citizens. We are asking the government, prepare a sensible plan to complete and commission St. Jude Hospital within the shortest possible time so that the people of the South, the people of Vieux the people of Labrie, Choiseul, Micoud, Deriso, Blanchard, and elsewhere, so they can once again have